Darren on, hello.
So we had you in to talk about football, but luckily the big breaking tennis story overnight is that tennis stars are selfish, egotistical. What was the rest of what was the description of Phil Mickelson? We need to learn those words, the order of those words, and turn it into a meme. Zverev, who is Zverev and what's going on?
Well, he's playing a doubles match in the Mexican Open and he lost with his partner Melo and took the loss very, very badly and literally took it out on the umpire and just missed his feet. He whacked his chair 2 or 3 times. There you go on screen if you can see it, and if you can't, he's absolutely smacking the chair. Sits down with his partner, gets back up, a few expletives here, saying you effing ruined the match, goes for him again. And by that stage, he had about 3 or 4 seconds to actually think about what he had just done. Which was odd as well because he actually shook the opponent's hands who had won. So it wasn't like he stormed off when the opponents won through an ace. It wasn't like he stormed over to the umpire and was like, you've ruined everything. You know, he had the 5 yards walk or so to the net, shook hands with everybody, and then kind of walked with a bit more intent until he got to the umpire and then just absolutely lost it. And it's one of those like...
If Zverev hits you with a racket, like he's an athlete, they do weights, that's going to hurt.
Yeah, well, it's one of those like tennis most outrageous moments if Sky decided to do it. But the thing with Zverev is the comedy kind of dissipates when you realise, you know, there's a few nefarious allegations against Zverev at the moment, and there's an ATP investigation on.
This is that guy.
To do with his ex, Alia Sharipova, who accused him of domestic abuse, which Zverev has always denied. And an investigation is taking place. But he's playing away in the meantime. He's doing very well. His career's blossoming. He hasn't won a Grand Slam, but he was 2 points away from victory at the US Open against Dominic Thiem in 2020, I believe.
Right.
So he's nearly won a Grand Slam, but he's always thereabouts. He's kind of a perennial last 16 quarter-finalist in Grand Slams. He has millions of social media followers. He's a big deal in Germany and around the world, but I suppose because of these allegations against him, he's not the most popular guy. And he definitely hasn't helped his cause by what he just did there. You know, for some people that might be, oh, you know, he's lost his mind, and it's a bit, I wouldn't say endearing is definitely the wrong word, but it's, you know, oh, there he goes again, he's lost it. But with Zverev, it's, you know,
when someone shows you who they are, believe them. That's the when you know you can draw conclusions from people on the basis of their actions, and this is in public. This is now to an audience, and it's flashed around the world on Twitter overnight. So. What recourse do the ATP have here? I mean, like, if somebody from the crowd came down and did this, that person would be banned for life. If somebody on the field of play is doing it on the court, like, they can surely throw the book at him for this.
Well, what do you think? You know, it's a high-profile tennis player. Like, he should be banned. He should be immediately disqualified from the tournament because he's still in the singles. He won the singles. He actually broke a record for the latest ever finish to a match at 5 to 5 in the morning in the singles match that he won. So he's still in the tournament. He's still there in Mexico. So he should be kicked out of the tournament.
Yeah,
but I don't know if they will. I don't know if they will. I'd say they might heavily fine him because they need names for tournaments. I know that's very cynical, but they want the bigger names in. I don't know. It depends on how much of a backlash there is. I'd say they'll wait to see what the backlash is. If you look on Twitter, it's pretty monumental this morning. I can imagine it will only grow as the day goes on. And as the days go on, we still have yet to hear from Zverev about why he did it. I'm sure he'll release a statement. He'll apologise. Said, I lost my head. I wasn't thinking straight. By all accounts, this is because of a dodgy line call, or a perceived dodgy line call on the behalf of Zverev that the umpire made. And he'll probably come out and say, you know, it was out of character. I didn't mean it. I'm very sorry. And I want to move on. That's what I anticipate happening. But what should happen is the guy should receive a lengthy ban.
Yeah, and you should go and familiarise yourself with the unbelievably serious allegations that have been made against him of domestic abuse. He is under investigation by the ATP for this, but that investigation is now stretching to months and months and months. His ex-girlfriend, Olga Sharapova, made very serious allegations against him of repeated different instances, and the journalism stacking up those allegations was very in-depth and very strong, and I would urge you all to go and read them and then tie that up with the video that you're seeing there. And
he just misses his foot, the umpire, and the umpire has the foot hanging, his right foot, and if he doesn't move that, he's gonna smash his ankle into the chair. Like, that could have been vicious. And then the umpire, I can't believe how relaxed he was. I mean, externally, when it was happening, very calm, just walked away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's madness. I couldn't believe it when I saw it this morning. First thing, it's quite the sight to wake up to. And if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it.
That's the explainer of what's going on with Zverev overnight. This is in Mexico, is that what it was?
Yeah, Mexico.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And Novak Djokovic is back there. You'll be delighted to know.
Well, look,
His first match back.
He's not an expert in IT, but there was some question marks about whether or not the COVID cert and the thing had happened on time. Presumably, there's a big investigation into that because, you know, if there's any hint of wrongdoing around falsifying documents, that's an automatic expulsion from the sport for 3 years. But
Novak Djokovic is back.
That seems to have disappeared. That narrative seems to have... We're fading that narrative just to make sure that he can play and continue the chase of the titles, right?
He was welcomed back with open arms in Dubai and won quite convincingly. So tennis has just got a bit more exciting.
There you
with
go.
Djokovic's return.
And that's the whole point. 0879 180 180 is the WhatsApp number. If you want to get involved, you can leave a comment for us on the YouTube stream, or of course you can tweet us at Off the Ball AM.